Hello everybody, welcome back to my playthrough of Wild Arms 2, and for this video, I'm going to explore Glaive Le Gable. We're almost at the end game now. I think I'll start by going west. Yeah, there are 10 enemies in this dungeon, and well, in order to get through that, I need to do some rotating. If I remember right, I gotta make these skull statues face the door. So I think it's, yeah, each one you press will rotate one direction and the other one 180 degrees in the other. I think it's like this, and voila. There we go. And now, oh, for this statue, just gotta rotate until it's, yeah, until you hear or at least see it rumble. And now I can head back. And do the same thing for the other side. But first, got a new enemy, Will-O-Wisp. Alright, so I definitely want Tim to... Wait a minute. I have Valkyrie to help me there, and Maribel, I want her to use Skill Drain. And I get Sacrifice. Yeah, basically in this playthrough, there was one enemy I missed for Maribel's skills, and it said it was supposed to be outside of the Spiral Tower, but I never ran into it. Called it Agion, so I definitely missed that. Ooh, and I get a lucky card. Not that'll do me any good. I mean, we're near the end of the game. Alright, now for the east side, it's the same situation. Locked door, so let's see. Yeah, let's rotate one of these twice, then... I did it to the wrong side. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Yeah, if it doesn't do it on the first try, eventually it'll happen on the... it'll happen. So, just 2-1-1. If it doesn't happen, 2-1-1 again, and yeah, let's rotate this one. Oh, I think to go for... I wonder if to go for those is to make those statues face north. Whereas for the locked doors, you just gotta make it face the door you want unlocked. Alright, just checking the map of the place, and yeah. Now I can head north. Alright, so for this one, I want to head west. Luckily, this one doesn't have a locked door. Yeah, we'll go for there. And face another new enemy. The Prometheus. Alright, I should have taken Maribel off the Dark Ring. I forgot to do so after the after those super boss fights. So yeah, I'm gonna put her on the Necronomicon. I want Ashley to attack, Tim to use First Aid, and Maribel to use Megaton. Yeah, that should be enough to deal with the Prometheus. Yeah, let's go through here next. And yeah, let's rotate this one around. Alright, I think for this one, for the ones at the end passages, you gotta rotate them to the north. So yeah, let's go north and now head east. And now gotta go north and yeah, just gotta rotate this one twice. Yeah, they all have the number 4 on there for obvious reasons. And now gotta go east and oh god, new Emmy, and I did not face this one in my test run at all. Doomsday. Alright, Tim. Yeah, let's go with Valkyrie, and Maribel go with Megaton. Yeah, I don't know how much HP this thing has, but I'll find out eventually. Well, it's enough to take it out in one round. Yeah, ooh, and I get a 4 revive. That's good. Yeah, it also draws 10,000 Gela, which, at this point in the game, do you really need Gela? Yeah, I might as well check and see what that enemy is about. Alright, that's Angomoa with half resistance to all elements. Okay, Gidon, which is weak to everything. Alright, there's Doomsday. Oh, it resists, has all elemental damage, and you can steal Mega Berries from it if you feel the need. Alright, that's Gatlord. Vincefeld's Ghost. Alright, Grodine is weak to electric. I already know that. Cobalt King, no weaknesses there. Alright, Manifesto absorbs fire and light, so yeah, that non-elemental damage came in handy there. Yeah, I believe it's east then south. I believe here I need to head east again. And here we've got another new enemy, Zohawk. I'm trying to remember if it had a weakness or not, so I'm just going to play it safe and go Megaton, Valkyrie, and physical attack. Yeah, kind of looks like the Hydra faced earlier, what with its multiple heads. And down it goes. Certainly made light work of that one. Alright, now let's go south. Alright, this one I don't have to do anything with because it's already facing north. It's just that now I want to go east. Yeah, and this one I want to rotate just once. And now it's facing north. And now to head north. Alright, I need these statues to face north now, so it's time for the 2-1-1 method, so 2, 1, 1. 2, 1, 1. There we go. Now as far as... Actually, I kind of think it's... As we go, rotate one twice, the other one once, the other one once. Then repeat the process. Alright, there's a save room here if you need it. And that should be the final save room in the game. But now, all those statues re-rotate lead to treasures. Starting with the Braver Vest, which should be for, well, for Brad. And look at that jumping defense. Yeah, we're basically getting a lot of the best equipment, well, best defensive equipment in the game, including this bridal gown. That's for Loka. I know, the game gave a 14-year-old a bridal gown. Oh, and I missed out on a new enemy. But I didn't miss out on this one. Well, two new ones. Morlock and Argoth. Yeah, let's go Valkyrie and Megaton. Yeah, at this point, I'm stronger than all the enemies here, so not really worried about weaknesses. But, just to be sure... Oh, wait, that was Argoth here. Oh, Argoth's are weak to lightning. Alright, that's Cyclist, weak to lightning. Zolange, weak to Zohawk, weak to... Yeah, Zohawk's weak to light. Okay. Alright, Zetrum. Doesn't like lightning. Zavorg doesn't like darkness. Of course, Xenon doesn't like darkness either. Oh, Will-O-Wisp also weak to dark. Alright, Titanius weak to wind. Sunflare has all damage. And there's Ragula. Absorbs fire and reduces all other elemental damage by half. Oh, Prometheus is immune to all elements. That's interesting. Alright, and in here we get Labyrinthos. Yeah, it's a noob. It's the ultimate body armor for Tim. And now to grab the treasures on the other side. Alright, got a full Libra. I think I'll give that... Actually, I'll keep Ashley on the Force unit. I think I'll give that to... I'll give that to Cannon. Alright, let's go in here. And fight another new enemy along with our Morlock friend, Orgon Energy. Yeah, let's go Valkyrie and Megaton. Well, yes. Well, that does it for those enemies, and here we get a Kuiper. I'm not sure I pronounced that right, but it's the ultimate body armor for Cannon. And she could use the defense. And just one more treasure for me to get. And it's 9 lives. The ultimate body armor for, well, for Ashley. Alright, I think now would be as good a time as any to save if you're playing the PS1 and PS3 version, because this is pretty much the stopping point. After this, you're pretty much at the end game. And I might as well advance forward. 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, and one of them looks bigger than the rest. So you finally made it here. Well, yeah. That voice is Irving. Sorry, that was Loka's voice. That voice is Irving. Where are you? Show yourself. The Kuiper Belt was once again trapped in the vessel. Wait, you or Altacia? But the Kuiper Belt gushed out of the vessel, and now Vilgaia itself is... I'm guessing your plan failed? Its roots had divided and spread to even the Guardian of Mud, Glaive Le Gable. No. At this rate, no matter how much we attack the body, the roots will get energy to endlessly regenerate. So you're saying the Kuiper Belt is feeding off Glaive Le Gable and will eventually destroy the planet. First, the free roots extending out from the Kuiper Belt must be cut and their regeneration stopped. I pray for the safety and success of the Arms members. Do this while my will keeps all the Kuiper Belt from spilling out of the vessel. Hey, Irving, what's going on? I think he just told you, and yeah, I'm as confused as you are, Ashley. All I can do is believe what Irving told me. It's necessary to cut these free roots to destroy the main body of the Kuiper Belt. Let's split the party into 4 now. Separate units will attack each route. Well, separate units will attack each route, and the 4th unit will attack the main body. Alright, so for Route A, I want Loka. Route B, Brad, and for Route C, Cannon. Confirm the assigned routes. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, let's go. Be careful. Alright, let's go. And our solo members are going into their individual rooms. Alright, so, Actually, I kind of want Loka off the Sheriff's Star and onto the Necronomicon. And that will be explained eventually. But yeah, let's get to each of the routes. Yeah, just slow and steady. Yeah, you could... I don't know if you could have ran across, but that floor will damage you if you fall. Alright, now Brad's turn, and actually I want him on the Sheriff's Star. Alright, this one is a bit more touch and go. Yeah, slow and steady. Just take your time. There we go. And now we made to the second route. Finally, Cannon. Yeah, I have her on the full Libra, so this should work out. Yeah, basically I'm at the point of no return. Yeah, this is a bit faster and I gotta be extra careful. Alright, made it. And it's boss time. Well, boss rush time. Against the encroaching parallel universe first route. A negotiated resolution is impossible with all this bickering. I don't know what this has to do with fighting the first route, just that. Yeah, it's time to deal. Alright, I think where I want to start is... I think I'll go with High Spark. Yeah, this guy has 15,000 HP. Alright, that's Galactic Explosion. That's going to deal a lot of damage. Luckily, Loka is faster, so I'll just do the same thing. Go with another High Spark. Or just go with whatever spell you have that's... Well, that you have your Crest S on. Yeah, no need to use a Lucky Card or anything. And Lilka got the job done. Perhaps I should have stuck on the music a bit more. And it's time for the second of our boss rush. The encroaching parallel universe second route. You're saying that with all this pressure, there's more out there? Yeah, it seems to never end, Brad. Alright, so I think for Brad, I want to start with physical attacks. Ooh, got a crit. That's going to make things easier. Ooh, 4104, so that's some resistance. Alright, I think one more ought to do it, and then... Alright, Dark Star Bow. Second and third routes have this attack. It can flip multiple status effects, so that's why I put Brad on the Sheriff Star. Alright, now I want to boost Railgun. Even with resisted damage, boom. That Railgun and 2 physicals did it. Those crits mattered. Good work, Brad. Yeah, it feels like Victoria's in-game music, but Yeah, I'll switch over to our last party member. The encroaching parallel universe third route. This is how it should be. This sense of woe will be perfect for my exorcising evil. And now it's time for the third route, and just like the previous routes, this has 15,000 HP, and the third route has the same attacks as the second route, which is why I equipped the full Libra on Cannon. And kind of think of it, I don't need Fangalon. Okay, I'll go with Arusulato. And I'll start with a good old wire cut. Oh boy, that's going to do a lot of damage. But now I can do Vortex Cut. There's the Dark Star Bow. Alright, let's do another Vortex Cut. Ow. Alright, I am going to have to heal here. So let's pop a Mega Berry. Luckily, Cannon is fast enough. Yeah, it's just that she doesn't exactly have the strength. But let's see, I can't do GAT level 4 because I have no level 4 skills. And the only level 3 skill I got is Vortex Cut. And how much will this do? Alright. I have it down to just over 1,000 damage, so... yeah, let's do a left edge. And that's enough. Good work, Cannon. Wow, the waves are crashing, and looks like all the power is coming from the spiral tower. Oh, and also got tornadoes and a whirlpool right above the Valeria Chateau. It must have been repaired to get up in the air too. Or is it that the world's being flooded? It's dangerous here. Hurry and get inside. Your Highness, to come to such a place. This ghastly thing is the battle risking Filgaia's fate. The Battle of the Heroes. Okay. No, sir. Everyone has weaknesses and frailties. They are humans just like us. Yeah, I mean... have you learned nothing through this adventure, King? They're humans who shed tears and blood. They get right and ragged. Well, they get hurt and ragged, but still fight. Yeah, they don't give up. It's not a battle of heroes. It's people just like us fighting. Well, one of us is replace our body parts with cybernetic enhancements. Another one has a demon house inside of them. And another one is a vampire, so... Yeah, you could say they're like us. So, we have to fight with them. But I am powerless. Fighting is... Let's believe. That'll be our battle. Alright, so believe in our friends and they'll come through. To offer a prayer. Intense feelings always reach the intended. To one's prayers and goodwill, distance makes no difference, no matter how far it is. And Marina ought to know, because she was able to reach Ashley even in another dimension. I don't want to let go of the hands clasped. Our support won't reach from here. We need to move closer, Scott. In my opinion, the power of emotions is simply unrealistic. Scott. But to not be able to believe in my friends here now, that isn't a world worth. It's not logic, it's my own conclusion. Just say you believe in your friends. Loka and Tim. Brad, Cannon, and Maribel. Oh, nice, you remember Maribel. Come back safely. Please, Ashley, fight. And... And will the power of prayer be enough to help Ashley save the world from the Kuiper Belt? Well, I'm going to wait until next episode to find out, and that will be the final episode. So, until next time, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. So remember, stay safe, and try to be kind to each other, everyone. I'll catch you later.